So good news for everyone here. I'm now offering a doorbuster deal of 100% off the price of a lesson of an aspect of American culture. So America is a large country and has a lot of different diverse peoples in it, and yet there's some traditions that even nationwide we hold dear. In America, the day after Thanksgiving, it is customary to go Black Friday shopping. So today I'll be discussing what Black Friday is, what it represents, and whether or not it helps businesses. So first of all, what is Black Friday? Black Friday literally means just the day after Thanksgiving, so the fourth Friday of every November. And so just as Thanksgiving starts off the holiday season for most people, as Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year's Day follow it, so does Black Friday kicks off the holiday season of shopping. So according to my research in Salem Press Encyclopedia, the popularity of Black Friday is most often traced back to the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Most of you have heard of what this parade is. It's just a big parade that goes right down the middle of New York City, and due to the fact that New York City is a very large city and has a lot of retailers, and Macy's being a big, large one of them, them congregating on Thanksgiving Day on Thursday would oftentimes take the following Friday off as a personal day and would use that time to shop. Businesses took notice of this and tended to give deals and discounts so that way it would further encourage shopping. So even though the foundation of shopping was laid in those early 20s, which is when the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade happened, in the 1980s and the age of consumerism is really when it took off and took shape into what we know today. And my research in Money Magazine is what led me to that during this time the businesses started to give this super steep discounts that we know as doorbusters, which give the holiday season the connotation of really cheap merchandise. This time period is when Black Friday really became what we know today, with the long lines and the excitement, sometimes even going as early as Thanksgiving afternoon into the early morning on that Friday. This leads me to what Black Friday represents. So today, Black Friday represents the American consumerist culture. Interestingly enough, doorbusters, or the steep discounts that we talked about, are not always the lowest discount you can get. A lot of times online shopping and waiting later on in the holiday season, you can get even better deals. And yet people still seem to shop on Black Friday. According to a Mintel survey from 2017 in Money Magazine, 42% of shoppers ages 18 to 22 plan to go to a brick and mortar store, even though particularly this demographic would be the ones that would be well versed in online shopping and know how to use the discounts and find the best deals, and yet they still decided to go to a brick and mortar store. So it seems that shoppers participate not in spite of the madness, but because of it. When shoppers were surveyed by Deal News, the general consensus was that they were not there for anything in particular, but just there to see what was going on. So people aren't just going there because they don't mind the crowds and everything. It's because of the crowds and the excitement that creates the consumerist excitement and sense of tradition that we have every year during the holiday season. So we've established that people shop because of the craziness and the madhouse. So that brings me to whether or not Black Friday helps businesses. So it indeed does help businesses. Despite the way Black Friday has changed over the years, it still helps them. According to multiple studies by the Pew Research Center and the National Retail Foundation's, November through December sales can represent anywhere from 18% to 30% of a business's annual income, which is a very big chunk. That's over a quarter in most times. So those sales are initially kicked off by Black Friday. Even though they're not all on Black Friday, they initially get kicked off by that, and it really pushes them into the black, which is when a company is seeing profits rather than seeing a negative, which was represented by red. So Black Friday also still represents the most popular shopping day of all Thanksgiving week. So even though Cyber Monday is becoming very popular on the following day after Black Friday, and oftentimes most of those deals online are even better, the excitement and the craziness still represent a really big boost in those companies' sales. So in summation, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. It represents the consumerism of America, and it truly helps businesses towards the end of the year to help them get into that black or the profitability. So now I'm sure everyone is ready to bust out of the doors and go get some deals.